It was Christmas Eve, 1977, in the quiet town of Créance, France. An elderly couple, devout, abstemious, humble, sat down to a festive meal they hardly ever indulged in. A special bottle of wine, gifted months earlier, finally opened for this night. Minutes later, the husband lay dead, the wife unconscious. But this was only the beginning of a chilling twist. Welcome to the Gray Matter Files, where we untangle the darkest webs of medical mystery and human nature. If mystery, true crime, and forensic drama draw you in, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe now. Click the so you never miss a new case. Maxime Masseron was 80. He and his wife lived quietly, devout, and modest. They rarely drank alcohol. The bottle of Côtes du Rhône they received from their nephew, Roland Roussel, in summer was meant for a special occasion. They preserved it for Christmas Eve, likely the only time they'd open it. Little did they know that this bottle was about to become the instrument of tragedy. As they poured the wine that night, perhaps raised a glass for their nephew, moments passed, and Maxime collapsed dead, mid-meal. His wife soon lost consciousness. Neighbors rushed her to hospital, where she remained in a coma for 11 days. Doctors initially believed it was an accidental food poisoning, some contaminated dish, a bad ingredient. Nothing sinister jumped out. Days later, Maxime's body lay waiting in its home. The son-in-law, Paul Isabert, entered with a carpenter friend, Roger Regnault. They saw the bottle of wine still sitting on the table. Perhaps in a gesture of mourning or hope, they poured a glass and drank. Within minutes, they too collapsed. They survived, thanks to prompt medical treatment. But now all doubt vanished. This was not food poisoning. Something in the wine was deadly. Police were called. Chemical analysis of the remaining wine revealed a shocking truth. Atropine, a potent anticholinergic poison, had been mixed into the bottle. Suspicion fell on Roland Roussel, the same nephew who gifted the wine. A search of his apartment revealed drawers full of chemicals, medicine bottles, articles on poisons, and, most eerily, Agatha Christie novels with underlined passages about atropine. In particular, The Thumb Mark of St. Peter, a short story about an elderly man secretly poisoning someone with atropine eye drops. Roussel eventually confessed, but claimed it was a terrible accident. He said he had poured an eye drop into the wine, expecting that Maxime and his wife, known not to drink, would offer it to a visiting acquaintance, a woman he detested, not to them. Atropine is an antimuscarinic agent. It blocks muscarinic acetylcholine receptors, shutting down the parasympathetic, rest and digest functions. In overdose, you get the classic signs: hot as a hare, blind as a bat, dry as a bone, red as a beetroot, mad as a hatter. Symptoms include dilated pupils, dry skin, flushing, hyperthermia, tachycardia, delirium, hallucinations, coma, and in severe cases, respiratory and circulatory collapse. Treatment involves gastric decontamination, supportive care, ventilation, fluids, and the antidote physostigmine, which can reverse central and peripheral anticholinergic effects. In that era, forensic labs could detect atropine using chemical assays and spectroscopic methods, enough evidence to press charges. Roussel's defense claimed he never meant to kill his uncle and aunt. He intended the bottle for someone else. But the evidence was damning. He had underlined relevant passages in crime novels, had access to eye drop atropine, and the timing matched his gift. Maxime's death, whether intended or not, became a tragic, misdirected blow. Newspapers dubbed him the Christmas Poisoner, pointing out the macabre parallel to a holiday thriller. This case lays bare the dark entanglement of family, trust, and obsession. A gift meant to celebrate becomes the vessel of death. A crime inspired by fiction, Agatha Christie's own tales of poison, turns real. The elderly couple, once safe in their suburban life, became victims of human frailty and lethal chemistry. If stories like this, where medicine, mystery, and mortality collide, draw you in. Please like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments. What would you do if offered a gift? And subscribe to the Gray Matter Files and Lies. Tap the so you never miss the next dark case. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, behind every glass may lurk a story unsaid.